These games will have you crying far more. I'm fired, aren't I?
The first time somebody told me that, I don't know, I thought they were bullshitting me, so boom.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 5 Far Cry games. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be diving deep into the unknown landscapes that have been laid out in the Far Cry series, and determining what stood out, gave us a run for our money, or taught us the true meaning of insanity. Also, since we are examining a game series that is not to be taken lightly, a spoiler and mature content warning is now in effect. Number 5, Far Cry. What would a series be without the one that started it all? After being attacked out at sea, you'll need to make for the nearby island to rescue the girl and discover what the heck is going on. The game broke several barriers in gaming, boasting impressive 3D visuals like nothing anyone had actually seen before, incredible open-ended gameplay, and a great tale of survival.
Shark hunting, huh? You gonna eat shark?
While Crytek wouldn't develop another numbered entry in the series, their first game would allow them to explore that island setting from another point of view. Number 4, Far Cry 2.
Bloody idiot, nobody follows the rules anymore.
Moving away from the glistening waters to the arid African savanna, Far Cry 2 helped give the series another staple, big open world environments. Prior to 2, the series had open-ended linear environments, with agency given on how you approach objectives. This new mechanic incited a major change-up in the gameplay by offering near-limitless ways of play. While most players don't actually have very fond memories of the malaria injected into them, the second iteration in the series brought a lot of mechanics and features that would be utilized throughout later entries, and many people consider it to be the underdog hit of the whole bunch. Number 3, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
So many men, so little time.
The 80s and the movies produced therein were a crazy and wild time, with lasers, cyborgs, over-the-top action films, and games aplenty. So naturally, there's quite a cult following for that period. So why not shove all of that 80s nostalgia into one game and have Michael Biehn voice the protagonist?
What am I supposed to do? Shit, Hilo 7-3, requesting immediate evac.
Blood Dragon may have been a short standalone expansion, but if you need some seizure-inducing rose-tinted glasses for a small price, Blood Dragon is a must-have. Parodying not only the action flicks of the 80s, it managed to parody the game industry at the time of its release too, while providing faster, more action-packed gameplay to the Far Cry series.
Island and children sold separately.
Number 2, Far Cry 4.
Are you looking for a high firing rate SMG?
Taking cues from its predecessor, Far Cry 4 tried something the series hasn't seen all that much of, a more vertical environment. With snow-capped peaks and a large valley located in the center of it all, Far Cry 4 brought more of the vertical movement seen in Far Cry 3 to literal new heights. Of course, a sequel also needs a shiny new feature, and that's where Far Cry 4's co-op comes into play.
You must strive to be a lion, not a lamb.
While the core gameplay definitely didn't change the series, it still provided the Far Cry experience that fans have come to love. Number 1, Far Cry 3.
I don't like the way you are looking at me, okay?
Do you know the definition of insanity? When one thinks of Far Cry 3 is probably the first game that actually comes to mind. Returning to the classic island environment, Far Cry 3 made leaps and bounds for the series with a well-thought-out stealth system, gorgeous visuals, several means of approach to your objectives, and of course, a memorable story and cast.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
I mean, one can't think about Far Cry 3 without thinking of the Madman Voss. So, let me ask you again, do you know the true definition of insanity? Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.